make sure that happens. Travis is connecting. It's Travis. Can you hear me, Travis?
Oh, hello, sir. I'm so sorry. Technical difficulty.
No. You can hear me. You can hear me all right?
Yes, it was the coronavirus.
Yeah, I said the audio. I think the audio was quarantined. That's what was happening.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome.
So, Travis, it's good to see you, and congratulations, and really kudos and well done on what you and your team have been doing there in Indianapolis since all of this has started happening. But, before we go into that, I want to make sure we have a lot of probably of your viewers, people that really enjoy Hotel Tango whiskey like me. Tell us about Hotel Tango there in Indianapolis.
Well, we're the first disabled veteran-owned distillery in the United States. We've been open since 2014. We have 9 spirits in our portfolio. We do vodka, gin, rum, and our clear spirits. We have 3 liqueurs. We have a limoncello, orangecello, and cherry liqueur. And then we have 3 spirits, a high rye, a wheated whiskey, and a reserve bourbon.
It's some great stuff, and we thank you for your service. Tell us about where you served.
So I joined the United States Marine Corps shortly after the events of 9/11. I did 3 tours with 1st Recon Battalion, and then returned back to Indianapolis and came back and started this.
Yeah, and you guys have been doing such a great job and we have a few spirits we're going to be tasting officially here on camera in a few minutes. But want to go back to the situation we're in now. With regard to COVID-19 and when I was looking at, what are whiskey distilleries doing? What are brands doing? You are one of the first I saw that started the hand sanitizers. Tell me about what you all been doing.
Well, this really started kind of in our Monday morning meetings with the executive leadership team. We were kicking around ideas. This was happening in real time. And we thought, well, what can we do to help? With what we're already doing and kind of stave some of this off. And hand sanitizer came up as an idea that, hey, we're already doing this 90% of the way. There's only a few more ingredients and a little bit of a permit we have to get to add on to get this street legal and out to the masses. And that was before everything kind of hit the fan. So we really were pushing to get this through the TTB to get completely legal. And then, once it happened, we were up and producing and trying to get it into all the local places we could. And then we started getting requests from around the United States, around the world, really. And we've just kind of adapted the motto of we're going to try to triage as we go. We're giving away as much as we can to those who need it immediately. But then we're selling it to those who can't afford it and want to buy it.
Right. What's that process like? I mean, we all know that we've all been using the hand sanitizer more often, understandably, the last few weeks than ever. But what's that process like of making a hand sanitizer? How is that similar to distilling? How does all that come into focus and become alcohol that actually goes on our hands rather than what we drink?
Well, there's a few ways you can do it, but we like to take essentially our neutral grain spirit. We get our vodka up to 190 proof, and then we cut it down. Ours is at 80% alcohol, so it's 160 proof. We add some xanthan gum to thicken it up, and a denaturing agent, citronella, to give it a bittering taste, so folks don't drink it. And that's it. I mean, wham bam. That's really it.
Wow. And these and the bottles of hand sanitizer that you guys have already made the last few weeks, where have they been going? You mentioned some first responders, some places like that.
Yeah, down the street to our local EMS, firefighters, police, all the way to around the world to armed forces for the United States. So it's been crazy all around the United States, everywhere. People have been asking for it, and we've been trying to, again, give as much away as we can and sell as well. To kind of, we're running at twofold right now. We want to give as much away as we can, but keep the lights on and keep our people employed.
Right, and that's something that you've also done is you've been able to keep all your people employed, making the hand sanitizer, putting the focus there during this process.
Right. So Indiana shut down 2 of our tasting rooms that I, fully agree with, to get over this pandemic, but that opened up a lot of folks that were going to be out of a job unless we could find a way, and this has become that way. We've shipped a lot of service industry people that we had employed over to more of a manufacturing setting, and they have done an amazing job. I can't give them enough credit for their ability to overcome and adapt and get to this mission.
Yeah, and how for people that are wanting to get some of this hand sanitizer, they're hearing about it. Maybe they're near Indianapolis. Maybe they're with a nonprofit that could benefit from it. How can they reach out to you?
Well, if you need it and you want a donation, it's at donations at hoteltangowhiskey.com. And if it is you want to buy some, you can go to orders or sanitizers. Sorry, what is it? 1 second there.
That's all right. Take your time.
I want to make sure I get it right. Yeah.
Cool.
Sanitizers.orders at hoteltangowhiskey.com.
What's that process like when you guys said, okay, we're going to make the hand sanitizer, please allow us to make this legal? Was that a pretty quick process with getting that approved? Or?
Yeah, it was totally really easy. No, I'm just kidding. That was a joke. It was like an impossible mission to get through the federal government and all.
Wow.
It was a complete shift in our entire business model from,
right.
We're making whiskey and spirits to, this was not our focus. This was not part of our core business. This was a charitable endeavor that became oh my gosh, like this is a national thing. People need this everywhere.
Right.
How can we help? And then everything got shut down and it was like, oh my God, we need to really shift here and how do we help? And that was what this has all become. So
right. Let's taste something here. Why don't we talk about? I already have some of the bourbon poured. Why don't we talk about your bourbon? And again, I love. First of all, I love the new bottles. There's a whole military sort of theme going on here. It says it's bourbon ready to drink. It has that kind of that military issued design. Tell us about the design and tell us about what we're drinking. Both.
Well, the design of the bottle harkens back to my military time, to an MRE, so meal ready to eat. This is a bourbon ready to drink. I think it's a delicious bourbon. It's a 2-year, so it's a little bit young, but it's also, I think, very versatile. It's delicious.
Right.
So, it's good on its own, but it's also good, with anything in an old fashioned or whatever
right.
your drink is of the night. I think it fits the bill very well.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
you're the expert.
Well,
I love to hear you talk about it. Honestly.
I'll be happy to. I mean, and the fact that it is young. Tell me again, it's between 2 and 3.5 or so. What are we drinking this?
Yeah, we're just under the 4 mark. We're trying to get there, and
it's a blend of several different under the 4. I mean, I love the fact that the youth, to me, speaks a lot of softness, a lot of sweetness. I drink a lot of. I don't drink a lot of them, but I review a lot of whiskeys, or I try them at competitions that are younger and they have a bite, or they may have a little roughness. To me, this has a nice creamy note. It has some nice sugars. There's something beautiful about this that's both young and complex.
There's like I like to say orange peel and almond. There's a little bit of citrus and creaminess, but it is it's very nice.
How do you make it taste so good at that younger age? I mean, that's what I'm wondering. What do you go for that allows it to speak those flavors that you typically only get on older whiskeys?
I mean, I think it's the natural age process. Honestly, I think that it's letting it sit in a barn with no temperature control.
Right.
That is the biggest part of it.
Your bourbon, any of the products we're talking about tonight, obviously, where can people find them? Obviously, they probably have to order them right now, or if they're in Indianapolis, they can pick them up. How would they go about finding them?
Well, we're throughout the Midwest right now, Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio, Michigan.
Right.
You can find us in Meijer, Walmart, Kroger, throughout. You can also order us online at hoteltangowhiskey.com.
Right.
Just keep asking for it. It'll get there.
Should we try the rum next?
Oh, certainly.
And this is what we've seen more and more friends doing this. Let's have a drink on camera. If we're self-isolating, let's have a drink on FaceTime, on Skype. For those of you who haven't tried it, I do recommend it. It just, seeing someone's face, just knowing you're connecting to somebody, whether you're drinking the same thing or not, it feels like a virtual happy hour of sorts, doesn't it?
You know what? This has actually been a very cool thing. We've done a company-wide kind of happy hour between departments and a few different folks, and it's been enjoyable, like in a way that I did not expect. I think it's been pretty fun to interact like this. Oh,
absolutely, absolutely, and we're gonna keep on. I'll just say this for those of you who are just joining us again. We're talking with Travis Barnes, CEO and founder of Hotel Tango Distillery. We're trying some of his wonderful spirits, and we're going to keep on our quarantine drinking team series. Hopefully, I'll always have a guest, but even if it's just me and the viewers, we'll all be a team together because we're going to get through this as the drinking team.
Anytime you need a guest,
okay,
you just call me, and I'll be there.
I love it, man. That way, we'll have a way to.
I'm your Peter Gabriel right now.
Yeah. We'll have a good reason to have a drink. It really is. Now, this is a drink that I really like that I tried with you and Kelsey when I was there in Annabelle. We all came a couple months ago, and we tried this rum ready to drink. It has it's made with a wild yeast, and I'm just, the moment I had this, I was, I've had a lot of rums that are unaged that I think are interesting, but this just does some really cool things in the palate. Tell us about this.
So I really do think that we use a wild yeast. It's a pawpaw rum, and I think that it stands alone because it is a little funky.
Yeah.
And in that, I mean, it's tropical, it's sweet, it's bubblegummy. It's not like just kind of clear, vanilla rum. This has got some funk on it, some stank, bit, which I like as a rum.
Me too.
I think it really, really stands up as a clear rum, and it's fun. And you know what? It also stands out when you're doing it with a Coke or any other cocktail.
Yeah.
Like, it really is like different, but in a good way. Because, again, I think the sugars come out, but it's got a little bit of this like tropical funk or like that's just unique and fun.
Some of those have almost too much. I think some have too much funk on them. Some do. Some others do. And some people like that. But to me, it has just enough funk to say, this is speaking a different language of sorts. But also, it also has a nice, clean, refreshing. We definitely will be coming back once all this. I hope we can all be. I mean, hopefully the situation will be better for everyone. Until then, we're going to be continuing to do more quarantine drinking team series, and we'll let you know if I need somebody to drink with on the drinking team, and I'll definitely call you back up, Travis. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate
it.
Very much.
Yeah, thank you, Travis, for being, and thanks, Kelsey, who's back there helping us out. We appreciate Kelsey's help.
Thank you, Kelsey. Thank you.
Thanks, and we'll all raise a toast to you, Hotel Tango Distillery, your whole team. Thanks for all you're doing for the industry and all those.
They've been kicking ass.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys and appreciate everybody who's been watching. And we're going to leave this up on our stories on Instagram. And as I said earlier, we're thinking of everybody, especially in the hospitality, spirits, bartending, all of you guys. We're going to do all we can to continue to put those positive stories forward and continue to come back and join us more on Instagram here on Bourbon Blog. Thanks, Travis. You guys have a good night. We'll both do a Sambuca shot as we leave, won't we? How's that sound?
Oh, I don't know. Okay, one more.
All right. You ready for this? Do you have a special toast that you guys do at Hotel Tango?
Man, I'd just like to say thank you. Like, thank you very much. I appreciate everything.
Absolutely. We appreciate you, Travis.
Nice.
Cheers.
Thanks, sir.